Hey, thank you so much for being with us today. We love that you tune in with us. I just want to share something really great with you today from John chapter 17. And so I just want to ask you a question. Have you ever wanted something really, really bad and later on figured out you probably shouldn't have wanted that? Well, for me, when I was 18, I wanted this Z28 Camaro. It was awesome, it was really fast, and that's all I could see. And I got it from a friend of mine. I got rid of my really reliable truck and got this machine that every 18-year-old needs, right? 350 motor, goes really fast. Your kid does not need one of those, don't get them one. So I got this beautiful, terrible machine when I was 18 years old, and I started driving it down my driveway, and I made it about 50 feet down the driveway, and it broke down. And that was the first day I had it. And every day after that I owned the vehicle, I had the same experience. It was just a total piece of junk. And I quickly realized that even though I wanted something really, really bad, it didn't necessarily mean that that's something that I should have wanted. And I would imagine that all of us have probably had those similar experiences in our life, and not just something as simple as that, but something even bigger. And here's the thing, people want things. Like, people want certain things in their life. They want contentment, they want their kids to turn out well, they want justice, they want all sorts of things. And not all of those things are necessarily bad. Some of those things are good. Some of those things God put in our life and God wants us to have. Some of those desires are really good. But we have a tendency sometimes to twist those and make those things that they shouldn't be. And there's this really great thing that I think we need to ask ourselves is, ultimately, what does God want for us? So beyond what do we want, what is it that God wants for us? And so John 17:3 says something really great, and it kind of gives us an insight into what God wants for us. And it's this. He says, "This is life eternal, that they know you, the only true God, and Jesus Christ whom you sent." And this is Jesus praying, and so his simple prayer says this to God. He said, "This is life forever." This is the greatest thing that any human being could ever have. This is the zenith of human existence. This is the greatest climax in human life, is that they would simply know God. And here is my very simple question to you today. Among all the things that God wants for you, I think the most amazing thing he wants for you and for me is that we know him, not in this like we know a celebrity type way, not this cerebral way of knowing, but this relational way of knowing. This way we know God in relationship, the same way that you would know a very close friend, or the way that you would know a family member, or even the way you would know a spouse, is that God wants this relational knowing for us to have between us and him. And so my question is this, what is it in your life that you're doing to know God? What things in your life have you put into play? What actions are you taking in your life to know God? Because I just believe that God is a God who desperately wants to be understood. And so of all the great things that God promises us, he promises us this really great promise here, that we are allowed to know him, that we're allowed to pray to him, that we're allowed to speak to him and to read his word and to learn things about him. And so today I just want to leave you with a really, really simple question. What is it that we're doing daily to know him? And there's some really great resources we would love to share with you about that. We have a sermon archive of all kinds of old sermons that we would love for you to look through. We have a blog on our church website that we would love for you to look at that have some wonderful resources. We want to resource you with everything you could possibly need to serve and love the Lord. And so you can find all those things at ccbchurch.org, and we would love for you to be with us in one of our services online. We would love for you to be in one of our services physically, and however we can serve you, we want to do that. So thank you for being with us today, and we hope to see you soon.